For today's Pokemon card tournament vlog, we're going back in time, a little throwback to when we had V-Star Pokemon and Radiant Pokemon amongst us. This was a League Cup tournament over at Comfy Hobbies that took place when I was playing my evil Miraidon Luxray Judge deck. This was the best way to play Miraidon at the time because Charizard's numbers were at an all-time high and wreaking havoc. So with that said, enjoy this time capsule of a tournament vlog to last year, and let's see how everything goes down. So we're here at Comfy Hobbies right now. I am super excited for this big League Cup. There's about a cap of 56 players, I believe, and there's about 48 Masters in total. So it's going to be a long, grueling 6 rounds of intense Pokemon. I've seen the caliber of players that are here today too, and there's a lot of steep competition. Before we get into the tournament, we have some time to kill, so let me show you guys around some of Comfy Hobbies. Stepping outside to get some fresh air, and round number 1 is complete. We played against a Turbo Hands deck, and they won the coin toss and chose to go second, so they were able to do their Miraidon attack. But joke's on them, my deck actually has a pretty good going first as well. So I was able to set up my Regieleki V so I could evolve it into VMAX in the next turn, and therefore my Miraidon could swing for knockout against their charged up Iron Hands with the help of a Seal Stone for Prime Catcher. So after that trade went down, we just kept the momentum flowing. We won it. So yeah, we're starting off this tournament 1-0. Round 2 just wrapped up. We played against a top player in the game, Christian Labella, and this was a friendly rematch because I played against him at top 4 in a recent League Cup last weekend. He was on Charizard back then, and he was still on Charizard now. I'm pretty sure the exact same 60 based off the cards that I saw at the table today, and I had pretty much the same 60 as well, I believe, for this Miraidon versus Charizard matchup. And we started it off, honestly, it was really close to start it off. He got to go second because he won the coin toss, and he got beautifully set up. Oh my goodness, he played a Poffin, and then a Arvin for another Poffin, and then a Seal Stone, had a full bench, and then benches Rotom, puts a Seal Stone on the Rotom, and then hits me with the Grasping Draw for 4, and I was like, that's fine, I don't mind, I have Judge in hand, and my Luxray is going to Fang Snipe this turn. We set up my Regielekis on the previous turn, but we hit Judge, then we Fang Snipe him, we hit a Professor's Tutorial scenario, so not a great snipe. Hey, the big game-defining misplay that really cost me my game, that I'm going to lose sleep over because I didn't have to do this, but I Seal Stoned, and I Seal Stoned for a Regieleki VMAX so I could knock out the Charmander on the field that had the energy on it because he smacked me for 30. So I was upset. You know, he hit me for 30 with that tail. I was like, no, not today. I got the second Regieleki VMAX on the board, so therefore I could just Fang Snipe for knockout and delete a trainer. But on this particular turn, I also play Eerie. So I got to see his hand, delete a Nest Ball, delete a Super Rod. But what I should have done was I should have Seal Stoned for Prime Catcher up the Pidgey, and then knock out the Pidgey, and then delete a trainer from their hand. I keep giving this advice of you do not let them evolve their Pidgeot. You always make their Pidgey public enemy number 1. That's the first target. And I didn't follow my own freaking advice. Bruh. So feels bad, man. We just went trading prizes, 2-2-2. I had 1 prize left, and then on their last turn, they just take the final 2 because Charizard could swing into my Regieleki VMAX for knockout. But yeah, round 3 is gonna start in maybe like 10 minutes or so. All right, next up we have Nicole.
Hello.
Nicole, you weren't playing in today's tournament. What were you doing today?
I was working the tournament.
What were you doing?
Match slips and stuff.
Okay. If you were playing today, what would you have played?
Honestly, Turbo Lost Box. It's been treating me well. Lots of different variety. It's a good matchup spread amongst like every deck, I think.
Do you have a favorite attacker in that deck that wins you a lot of games?
It's just mainly weakness, whatever hits for weakness.
Okay.
I like Roaring Moon for frenzy gouging.
So make sure you don't Calamity Storm or Regieleki. That has a...
Oh my God. I know.
Does pineapple belong on pizza, yes or no?
I think it does. Personally, Hawaiian is my favorite pizza.
Oh, not just yes, it's a favorite. There we go.
Favorite.
That's what's up. In your face, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Round number 3, we played against Anastasia, and I've played against her many times in the past. I actually played against her at NEIC last year as well. She was playing Shempao and I was playing Miraidon. And we even talked about how there's so many Shempaos at this event today. I was surprised she's not on Shempao, but she switched over to Charizard. So that's what we played again. We played back-to-back Charizards. Bruh. And you guys know it's a tough matchup for Miraidon. I had to clutch up and pop off every single turn. It worked out. We Fang Sniped all day. We judged. We hit them with the Eerie. It was, oh, my deck was on point. I could not have any complaints. They didn't evolve into Charizard until the very last turn of attacking to knock out my Regieleki VMAX for 330 damage, but by that point I had game secured and locked in. 0 misplays this game. I made sure you can't make a single misplay because they run away with it. Hopefully we can continue this this hot streak and maybe dodge the Charizards for the next couple, because I want to mind some freer matchups, because Charizard, you got to work for those. That's sweaty. Yeah. Mid-round interview with the homie Jason Shaw, and he's been judging some recent events here at Comfy as well. He's also a player, but he's also a judge. So I wanted to ask him about that, and also his current deck selection for today's cup and how it all went down. So Jason, first of all, what deck did you play today, and how was your tournament run?
I played Arceus Armor Rouge Firebox, same 60 as Julian Gorberry's list, who made 17th at EUIC. Deck was fine, just hit some bad matchups and kind of breaks throughout the day, but wouldn't change my deck choice again.
For the upcoming set, there's Greninja, there's Luxray, there's Iron Thorns. Is there any, there's the Reset Stamp. Is there any cards you're looking forward to from the new set coming out?
I'm looking to play a quad Iron Thorns, just 4 Iron Thorns as the whole deck, because the idea sometimes with the deck is you could just mulligan a bunch of times, you could like get your opponent to draw their whole deck, and you could hand trimmer them, which is nasty, and you like cut down their whole hand, and then you're just like stuck like locking them with Iron Thorns, which is basically just like a path to the peak. I'm excited for Dragapult. Having a really beefy attacker that's stage 2 and it doesn't have a weakness is really, really strong.
What is judging like for you? Because I know you just started a couple of months ago or so. Tell me about the judging experience.
Judging's fun, especially good for like a break, like a mental break. If you just don't feel like playing that day, or like if you're kind of burnt out, judging is nice because then you could just see what like other people are playing, and you could like be kind of like an influence outside of the game where you're not like actually playing. You could kind of control like what's going on, and you could kind of run the event, be in charge of like, okay, how many raffles are we doing? Reporting the matches is fun as well, and sometimes you could like, if you have some spare time to kill, you could like play on the side with like some homies, but like for like no real prizing, right? It's just for fun. You could like practice theory craft. Good thing about judging for me is that it makes me interact with the community a bit more, whereas sometimes when I'm playing I feel like I'm too locked into my games and like I won't be able to have time to like chat with my opponents and stuff. Whereas when I'm judging, I could walk around, have some friendly banter with some homies and all that.
Compared to being a player now, you have like this judge perspective in the back of your head. How does that feel like when you play? Is that something that you think about?
Judge perspective has helped me to kind of not misplay a lot as well, because sometimes when you're judging you have to really have a keen eye on, okay, this person already, for example, used a supporter for turn, then they can't use the supporter again, or they attached for turn, they retreated. So that helps me in my misplays as well, trying to catch them while I play. It's like, okay, I already did this, I can't do this, and I have to try and really think about what I'm playing for the turn and how to map out my prizes.
All right, we're stepping out, getting some fresh air. It's a rainy, gloomy day today, but I've come across some unfortunate news. The unfortunate news is about 50% of the meta today is Charizard. Yeah. Yeah. round number 4 just wrapped up. We played against the homie Marvin, one of my ops from the last couple of years. He's definitely one of the better players here in the Toronto region. And today he was on Ancient Box featuring the Koraidon and Roaring Moon. And I was a little scared of this deck because I recently took out my Lost Vacuum, so that's usually one of the clutch cards for the matchup. And I ended up playing a little more unorthodox than I typically would. I went for like Fang Snipe attacks when I didn't necessarily need to. I could have just gone for like some Raikou plays and stuff, setting up some Ambulatory Munches for late game. And unfortunately, I think I just played it really poorly. I got a little unlucky at the start. I didn't really get too set up. I just had Raikou, Regieleki V, and Iron Hands. No Mew, no Squawk, nothing extra, right? So I had a really weak start. And then I think just the misplays upon misplays on my side. For his side of things, it was pretty strong all throughout the game. I don't really think he missed too many steps. There was one turn he didn't end up attacking. The first turn, I was surprised about that, but he was just setting up for the Roaring Moon plays to be bigger later in the game. 2 wins, 2 losses. We have 2 more rounds left to go. Also, Elijah, shout out to you, subscriber, young little dude, came by with his big bro, I believe, and showed some love, so I appreciate that. Thank you guys for watching. Round 5 is going to start in a little bit. We'll see how this one goes next. And of course, there's like 56 players here today, 48 masters. So we're going to interview a couple homies in between the rounds. Quick interview with a member of Team Comfy Hobby. So let's check in with Daniel Zhao. Daniel, how you doing, man? How's the tournament run today so far?
Pretty good. 4-0 right now.
4-0, okay.
Charizard's a good deck.
What deck are you playing other than Charizard in your free time?
I played Lost Tina to Orlando. It just... No, it was not good. It does beat Charizard, but like just... The whole meta, it's so hostile for it.
What have you gotten most of your invite with this year so far?
I debuted EIC with Shenpao.
Okay.
My debut didn't go too hot. I hit 3 control. Top 32 at Toronto with Lost Box. It's gotta be Lost Box Kyogre. It's the most dynamic deck and you have so much comeback potential. I winged Orlando with Lost Tina. I literally played 0 games on the deck and it was terrible. My deck, I tried to like make some changes from Azul's list, but I think I like unoptimized the deck.
Oh, you overcooked it.
I think I overcooked it a little bit. But I usually, start off with B-Diff, and then if I don't like how B-Diff plays, I'll play something that beats B-Diff. Unfair Stamp.
Unfair Stamp.
Unfair Stamp.
Okay, that's a popular one.
It's gonna change the whole meta. I don't know why Lost Box is winning in Japan right now with that card like being a thing, but apparently it's killing in Japan.
All right, round number 5 just wrapped up. We played against Michael Meal. We had a fun rematch because the last time I played against him was also at the Cup from last weekend, where I beat him very decisively, ending him 3 turns in a row. This time he was still on Paradox Box, so we had a clean rematch, I believe, of the same 60 card decks. This time it was rough. He won the coin toss, chose to go first, which I was kind of hyped about, but then my opening hand was bad. I had Mew EX to start, we had Regieleki V on the bench, and then I had like 4 or 5 energies, 4 energies and then 2 generators, and I was like, oh my gosh, I really need to like top deck something good like a supporter or a nest ball or like a way to play the game a bit more. Unfortunately, he did give me 1 mulligan, but that wasn't enough to help me draw into a stronger start. And so we ended up using both of our generators on Regieleki V, and Regieleki V ended up knocking out a Comfy, and then it ended up knocking out another Comfy down the road. He had to do a Prime Catcher play just to kind of get around my Regieleki because Cramorant would have only hit for 10, so he swung at my my Mew EX for 110 with the Cramorant, and then I just wasn't able to really get established. I don't think I played like a supporter all game, maybe 1 supporter all game. It was rough, man. It was rough. Tough loss against Michael Meal, another top competitor here at Comfy Hobbies for this League Cup. We got 1 more round left. We'll see if we can close out on a 50% win rate, going 3-3 hopefully. All right, we're outside getting some fresh air before the final round, round number 6 before top cut, and we have a fun, quick interview with the homie Sergio. How you feeling today? What deck you playing? Tell me all about your tournament here.
Today has been great. I've been playing Shenpao with Iron Hands, some spicy techs in there. Today has gone really well. I was 4-0 going to the last round, but I got paired down, so I had to play it out. and I still won.
There we go.
So I'm
Hey.
5-0 going to the last round.
What's the secret sauce? What's the secret key for your success in this tournament so far?
Oh, drawing hot.
So just draw high. That's all you got to do.
I faced 2 Chimpa mirrors. I went second in both, and they just bricked. And I'm like, oh, I did what I needed to do.
And you said the other day, your hands is like one of your key cards in the deck. It's not just Shen Pao with Iron Hands. It's more like Iron Hands with Shen Pao.
Yes.
Tell me about this philosophy you've been rocking with for the last couple of weeks.
I put in Future Capsule, and then that helps me in certain matchups, such as Ancient Box. I can hit the 140 to knock them out. But the big thing that's been helping me is that if I get the right combination of cards, what happened to me in game 1 was that I was able to put Capsule, Iron Hands, Prime Catcher, Arpeggio. Take the 3 prize cards. He wasn't prepared for that, so his hand was dead. And then after that, I was able to win. I think that's a prize factor, especially in best of 1 format. It's really good.
Oh yeah, we also opened up my play pack, and these were my pulls. Pretty good stuff. Very happy with the Hollow Switch and the Forest Seal Stone. This was definitely a banger of a playable pack. Quick interview with the Dialga daddy himself, Sean. Sean, how is Dialga treating you today, and why are you playing Dialga compared to other decks?
It's a love-hate relationship. I'm not going for Invite anymore, so we're just going to end out the season with something fun, something that can hit really big, something that is also kind of like iffy. Like I've bricked plenty of games.
Have you paired Matang with any other Pokemon other than Dialga, and you're like testing in free time, or are you just stuck with Dialga?
My coworker and I were cooking up a River-Vroom Matang deck. That needs to be put in the dumpster. I might go back to Roaring Moon. We'll see. I had a lot of success with Roaring Moon pre-rotation, so we'll see what comes out.
Yeah, I'm surprised you're not playing like the Moon to Dunsparce deck. Have you given that a try or not yet?
I've given that a try. It requires a lot more thinking,
Yeah.
and when you're just coming out to have fun, let's just hit big numbers.
Star Chronos is easier.
Star Chronos, and then I'll hit you for like 300. It's great.
Round number 6 just wrapped up, and we played against Lost Giratina, a deck that I am definitely favored into, and unfortunately, my brain is just cooked when I am hungry. Remind me to never ever play Pokemon when I am super, super hungry. I think I made the maximum amount of misplays I could that game. But on top of that, my generators were just completely turned off. I did a ample amount of deck thinning, and I played, I believe, 3 generators. All of them hit 0. I did so much deck thinning. It was actually insane that those odds were so low to hit 0 that many times. And if I could have made a misplay, I made it. So I deserve the L. It'd be like that, and it's painful. It's a painful one. We're 2 wins, 4 losses today. I have not performed this poorly in a hot minute. It also feels bad since it's here at my home store, Comfy Hobbies, you know, but you can't win them all. At least this tournament was better than the last cup, because the last time we had the League Cup, I lost my deck. Just a reminder, if you guys want to buy any Pokemon cards at all, you can check out comfyhobbies.com and use code SneakerTalk to save 5% off your Pokemon cards. And also in store, just mention code SneakerTalk when you check out here. And yeah, it'll save you some money, and it supports the channel, and you're supporting an awesome, awesome store. Some downtime before round number 6 ends. They're in overtime right now, but we have a person to interview who's locked in for Top Cut, the homie who cooked me alive on stream yesterday. We got Sashi. Sashi, how you feeling today?
How's it going? I'm chilling.
How is Charizard treating you lately? How is it? Joining the dark side.
It's insanely broken. I barely know what I'm doing with it, and I'm just like announcing Burning Darkness over and over and just winning games.
Is it more fun than rolling iron with Goodra V-Star?
Definitely not. Definitely.
Any problematic matchups come up today, or are you just
honestly
clear
just
sailing?
Mirror, man. Mirror's a headache. Everything else is whatever. Yeah.
What's your secret strat for the mirror? Do you have any strats at all for the mirror? Or are you just winging it?
I'm kind of winging it, but Turo is like the key card in the matchup. Yeah, for sure. When it's 2-2, like it becomes like Turo Wars, you know?
Going into this next Top Cut, is there any matchups you want to see? Anything you don't want to see? What are you expecting in Top Cut?
Again, man, I just don't want to see Charizard. It's an absolute headache.
Yeah.
Like the first game's gonna take like at least 30 minutes.
So that's the high pressure game right there.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So make sure you don't prize your Turos and you're chilling.
Hopefully not.
And then I do know that NEIC registration went up, and there's a bunch of regionals. Are you going to any majors coming up soon?
I'm going to India and NEIC, so it looks like Charizard for both, to be honest.
And you've already qualified for Worlds too, right?
I have, yeah.
Nice. If
Yeah.
you weren't playing Charizard, what would you be playing?
Arctina.
Arctina. Okay. Hey, you got like, what was it, 11th place? in
11th,
Florida?
yeah.
So good deck, good deck. Do you think you ever switch back to Arctina, or is it Charizard from here on out? you
It
think?
looks like Charizard from here on out. It looks like it's too strong.
One thing I just realized was Sashi actually won the first League Cup that we had here at Comfy, so we might be able to go for back-to-back League Cup wins here. That'd be really nice to see it, take it home for Comfy. But now we have a fun interview with the homie, Little Dark Fury. Let's check in with him, see how his tournament went, and what he thinks about the upcoming format coming soon. All right, we're here with Little Dark Fury. How was your tournament today, bro? And what was that email you just did? Tell me about today. How's it going?
It was good. I ended up going 4-2. Technically 3-3. I lost to Daniel Rao. He scooped me though because he wanted to get Christian Labella in the top 8 because I played him earlier. But I ended up playing a pretty spicy deck. I played a Lost Box deck featuring Groudon and Shaman.
What the heck? Where's this list from? Tell me about the sauce.
This is Hunter Butler's top 16 list from Orlando. I made a few changes. I added a Mew EX to the deck, and I added a second Pokegear for like more consistency. A lot of the time when you're playing Lost Box, especially in this format, you can't afford to miss a beat sometimes. It's the way the game is now, so you have to sometimes like find Pokegears. The deck overall is really, really strong. It's bad matchups, obviously. Your matchup into Ancient Box isn't very good. Your Guardy matchup's pretty bad because you cut the Roy and Moon out of the deck in favor of a fighting Pokemon with Groudon. Groudon is a lot better into Shempow and Iron Hand.
What does Groudon do that helps you out so much?
So it does 60 damage, and you discard up to 4 energy from your Pokemon, and you can do 60 for each one.
Okay.
So you can do 240 damage. Now it is a little Mirage Gate heavy. You do have to probably commit 2 Mirage Gates to 1 depending on how it goes, but you get a lot of value. It's a 1 pricer, 130 HP is good against Shenpao because they can't just hand you in return. The big MVP of the deck, in my opinion, is Shaman. It is so good against Charizard. Most of the time, your lines against Zard are you go like Spit into Raikou KO Pidgeot, if possible, or Raikou KO Rotom. You can Shaman a Charizard when they have 3 prizes, unless they have a Hero Escape on. I would definitely play it again. It's a very rewarding deck to play properly, and if you play correctly, it's good. I am very scared of Eerie Charizard. I played against, when I played against Daniel Rao, he had the Regieleki and the Eerie, so he could Eerie me twice in a row. It's really bad, because like my opening hand had like 2 Mirage Gates. I immediately knew they were getting discarded, so
Yeah.
it's rough, but the deck is very good, unless Eerie picks up play.
Here is a look at the standings going in the top cut. Hey, the homie Sergio is rank 1. We got Daniel at 3, 4 for Sashi. So Team Comfy has 2 players in it. You'll love to see that. Where am I? Oh gosh, 30.